Dell's XPS series has been an industry favorite for years. The 13-inch in particular is one of our favorite ultra-portables, and Devendra Hardawar, the only person at Engadget who's a bigger PC nerd than I am, even called it the perfect ultra-portable. The 15-inch model is similarly well-rounded, offering powerful performance, a vibrant display, and long-lasting battery. I wouldn't call it perfect, it is a bit chunky, but I have few complaints about this year's XPS 15. Dell has addressed our issues with previous models and delivered what may be one of the best 15-inch notebooks around. Dell claims the XPS 15 is one of the smallest and lightest 15-inch laptops around, and that might be true, but I still found it quite large. To be fair, I mostly test 13 and 14-inch systems, so any 15-inch machine is going to feel big to me. But compared to laptops like the LG Gram 15, the Asus ZenBook Pro 15, and Acer's Concept D5, as well as upcoming gaming notebooks using NVIDIA's Max-Q designs, the XPS 15 feels clunky. And at 4.4 pounds, our review unit is much heavier than the 2.2 pound Gram 15 and the Concept D5, which weighs just 3.3 pounds. Dell will need to step it up design-wise if it wants to remain the leader. To stay ahead, the company needs to listen to feedback, and it seems to be taking at least some heed based on one key change. The best upgrade to this year's model is its webcam placement. The sensor now sits in its rightful place above the screen as opposed to below the display. Praise the Lord! Now I can take video conference calls on an XPS 15 without worrying about my coworkers being forced to stare up my nose or at my double chin. To make this happen, Dell had to miniaturize its camera to fit into this skinny bezel, but it also had to sacrifice Windows Hello compatibility. This means if you want to unlock your laptop just by glancing at it, well, you can't. But at least you can still easily log in with the fingerprint sensor embedded in the power button. Another nice upgrade from the older XPS 15 is the keyboard, which now has significantly deeper travel and softer feedback. Now, it's not as cushy as Lenovo's ThinkPads, but it certainly feels more comfortable than a MacBook Pro and offers more depth than the Surface Laptop 2. The Trackpad, on the other hand, is unchanged. It's the same size as before and just as responsive, which is totally fine, though a little more room for performing gestures would have been appreciated. Our XPS 15 review unit has a 4K OLED display, which is just gorgeous. These extra bright, colorful panels are cropping up all over laptop town, and I fully support the trend. HP's Spectre X360 15 has one, Lenovo's ThinkPad X1 Extreme has got one, and gaming notebooks from Razer and Dell's own Alienware also have them. They're great. Not only is it lovely to edit photos and watch videos on the XPS 15's display, the brighter panel also makes it easier to see detail in scenes that take place in the dark. Bonus, the speakers on this machine are loud and crisp, so you can truly enjoy, say, Lea Michele's sparkling vocals when you're binge-watching Glee. For the more hardworking among us, the XPS 15's OLED is also a better canvas than an LCD for editing videos or photos of dimly lit scenes. The downside to OLEDs is that they generally suck power, so battery life tends to be a big concern. Dell says the XPS 15's 97 watt-hour pack should last up to 20.5 hours, which would be impressive if true. On our battery test, the runtime was more like 13.5 hours. That's pretty respectable though. It's more than enough for a full workday and longer than the Alienware 15 and Asus ZenBook Pro, although that last one has a battery-draining touchscreen trackpad. You could also probably hit Dell's estimate if you dimmed the screen and turned on the most energy-saving mode. Oh, or if you opted for a lower res, less power-hungry panel and CPU. Our review unit came packing a 9th generation 8-core Intel Core i9 CPU and an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1660 graphics card. Add to that 32 gigs of RAM and a 1TB SSD, and we've got a super powerful machine on our hands. That explains why, during my testing, the XPS 15 blazed through tasks like editing photos and video conferencing. It also ran smoothly while I switched between a dozen open Chrome tabs for work and a session of Overcooked when I took a break. But the configuration we were sent also costs a whopping $2649. If you don't expect to be killing it at Overwatch while concurrently streaming to Twitch, you probably won't need such a powerful setup. The $1099 base model with a 9th generation Core i5, 8 gigs of RAM, and 256 gigs of storage should serve you well. All told, the XPS 15 lives up to its family's reputation for being well-rounded, powerful machines. It delivers much appreciated tweaks to an already successful formula, but it could use a bit of a refresh on its style. For the money though, the XPS 15 is still one of the best laptops you can get. If you want to find out which is the very best notebook or want to check out more PC reviews, head on over to our channel and hit subscribe. Thank you for watching.